Hi everybody, I'm Rob Raybon, and on today's video we're going to look at fixing the accelerator pedal on my 7.3 diesel van that I bought a couple months ago. Driven this van around a bit, picked up a couple little project parts here and there, went on a tire run for Amanda, and did a couple other little trips that really required a van or a truck, and this thing's been really handy so far, and it's been really good on fuel, and there's not really been many issues with it. The front left hub's making a little bit of noise, but besides that, the only main issue is that the accelerator pedal occasionally goes dead. With diagnosing the dead pedal, if you look on forums and say your accelerator's not working in your 7.3 Power Stroke, usually it's going to say that your TPS is bad. Also, my friend Scott, who knows a lot more about diesels than I do, he texted me and said that it was probably a TPS issue. To diagnose this even further, I did have my Edge Insight, and with the Edge Insight you can display your throttle position, and one time it went dead and the throttle position on the Edge Insight just didn't move. So if you have an Edge Insight, it can help you troubleshoot a couple things here and there. I'm going to do a full review on this at some point. Just been really backed up because my day job takes a lot of my time and energy. But anyway, we went on Amazon and found this Dorman 699-200 accelerator pedal. I'll put an Amazon link in the description below. If you're having this issue with your truck, you might want to just buy one of these. It's decently cheap. You can buy them at a local parts store too. I didn't feel like ordering it from Pep Boys or Advance or AutoZone and having to wait. But anyway, getting this off Amazon came really quick, and I'm going to show you how to install this, and it should be really easy, and it might even make my check engine light go off. Hopefully it does. If not, then no biggie. At least the dead pedal will be fixed. Basically what a TPS is a throttle position sensor. It attaches to your gas pedal and converts your pedal signal to an electric signal. Then the electric signal goes to the ECU and tells the vehicle to accelerate. Some people refer to this as drive-by-wire because it's a wired connection. A lot of newer cars are going to have drive-by-wire, but I guess they were doing it on diesel for a while now. Some people say it's a lot better than a throttle cable. I kind of like the feel of a throttle cable, honestly, but anyway, with this we're just going to replace the factory part, and it should be pretty easy. It's going to be a couple screws. I'm going to make sure the throttle pedal goes in here in the correct position, and we're going to go ahead and do it. Let me show you how. You might want to put a t-shirt down or a blanket or something so you don't get dirty. A lot of vans and diesel trucks are going to be dirty because, you know, they're for work. When you're getting work done, your shoes get dirty or your boots get dirty, whatever you're wearing that particular day. You can see that my trailer brake control is also in bad shape. I guess this was mounted at some point and maybe the bracket fell off. I don't know. Don't even know if that works yet. We're going to have to figure that out when we eventually get some sort of trailer and trailer hitch. So this is going to be the factory TPS sensor. To get this off, you just need to push down on this tab on the quick connect. Make sure you don't break anything, because it sucks when your harnesses break. And then that pulls right off. Once you get that connector off, there's a couple screws here. It looks like they're Torx, so find yourself a Torx bit. These two screws are going to be T25s. You might need a socket to get in there. It's kind of tight. One of them's going to be a little bit tight to get into with a screwdriver. We're going to try anyway. It's a pretty long screw. Probably also do this easier if you take the whole pedal assembly out, but we're trying to save time because we got a lot of projects to do this weekend. As you can see, as long as you don't strip out this bolt, you should be fine to just do it all in one swoop. So this is going to be the old one. You see the contacts all look clean and everything, but it might just be old. It's dusty, and these things just wear out after a while. This could potentially be the stock one. I really don't know. This thing does have a lot of miles on it, so let's go ahead and throw our new one on the bracket. Just take the new one and just bolt it back into the same location. Might have to twist it a bit, just get it in the right spot. I'm going to move this out of your way, just to get it out of the way. It's going to take a little bit of wiggling to get all this kind of set where it needs to be. We got the front screw placed and threaded in a bit. We're going to go ahead and put the back bolt in real quick. Like I said, just be careful not to strip that out, because if it strips out, you're going to have to try to find one that's the same thread pitch, and it's going to be dumb. It'll take a long time to do. It looks like these screws might have been replaced at some point. I mean, this thing is pretty old. There's a lot of miles on it. Tighten these up. I don't have any kind of T25 stubby that's going to be super stubby, so we're gonna take a T25 socket that we had laying around. We should be able to get that in there. Alright. It's pretty tight. Go ahead and tighten the front one up just a little bit more. And just take your harness and plug it back in until it snaps. And take this little push pin kind of thing, push that back into that bracket. So that's it. Pretty easy install, but I figured I'd go over it and maybe this will help somebody diagnose their problem. We're gonna go ahead and go for a quick test drive just to make sure everything is right. And yeah. Alright, so we have our throttle position mapped out to this gauge right here. It took a couple presses of the throttle. It was kind of dead for a second, but now it's okay. Not sure what that was about. I don't know if it has to relearn. Service engine light is still on. Maybe that's a glow plug issue or something. I really don't know. There's a couple diesel specialists really close to my garage. Maybe I'll go ahead and see one of those guys at some point. But we'll take this thing for a test drive real quick, just to make sure it all works and make sure we don't get stuck on 95 again. So we're on Route 40 and it looks like everything's all right, I guess, so far. You see that the absolute throttle position on the edge inside is going up. Everything seems to be all right with that. Check engine light's still on. No big deal, but I guess that's some other issue. Actually, seems like the throttle response is a lot better with this one. Might just be me, but it seems like it's faster. So it was a cheap and easy fix. I should have did it weeks ago, but I didn't, just out of laziness. Throttle response is a lot better. Really wish that check engine light went away, but oh well. Maybe it'll do burnouts now. Not really. Now at 100%. I don't think it ever reached 100% on the last TPS sensor. Not sure. Either way, this needed to be done. We're driving into the sunset. So it's been a couple days, and so far I haven't had any issues with the throttle. So I think it's safe to say that it was the TPS. So that's pretty awesome. It's one less thing to worry about with this van. So that's it for the video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We do a lot of stuff with different cars on this channel. We got Mustangs and Skylines and Barra stuff. And we also do a lot of camera and photography and videography reviews. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of stuff coming up. A couple little things with the van. And yeah, that's it. Have a fantastic day.